Hi, welcome back. I'm glad to see you join us again on today. Listen, we're continuing with our sermon series on Rahab the Harlot. I hope everything that you've heard so far has been a blessing. Now come on in, let's see what the Lord has to say on today.
Good morning, Tucker's Temple. The song simply says, like the dew in the morning, may he rest upon your heart. Hallelujah. Like the dew in the morning, gently rest upon my heart. Like the dew in the morning, gently rest upon my heart. Come on, help me sing it. Like the dew in the morning, gently rest upon my heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the dew in the morning, gently rest. To your neighbor right next to you, say, like the dew, may he rest upon your heart. Yeah. Yeah, 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 like the dew, gently rest upon my heart.
Good morning. Welcome back. This is another day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. Today we're going to be continuing our sermon series on Rahab. You know, we talked about already how she blessed God and then asked God to bless her. And on today I want to deal with another part of the story, and we're going to be digging some different nuggets from it throughout the series. We just got a couple more weeks left, but I want to finish up. I want to start something rather today that's going to be that I want to put a little tension on, that a lot of times when we hear the story, this part we don't necessarily bring out. But if you remember, the Bible tells us when Joshua and the children of Israel went in to take Jericho, that they marched around the wall. And on the last day, they marched around the wall, and then the wall fell flat. And then the children of Israel were able to go into Jericho and take the land. Also, too, you remember in our story of Rahab, we pointed out that Rahab actually lived in the wall. Rahab actually lived in the wall. Her house or her apartment or the inn or the place in where she dwelt was actually in the wall of Jericho. And so I want to show you something on today. In dealing with this particular story, we're going to focus a lot of our attention on Rahab's house. We're going to focus a lot of our attention on her house. Her house was in the wall, and when the children of Israel walked around the wall or whatever, the wall fell flat. But it's amazing how Rahab has already announced that the children of Israel's, their God is God. She's already made that public announcement and declared it, and she's not an Israelite. Okay? So that's something that's real important that we need to understand, because what's about to happen is we are about to see God save a group of people. Watch this. That was not from the chosen nation of people, his chosen nation of people. We're about to now watch God save over racial lines. We're about to watch God save over nationality lines. And it's important that we understand that, especially in this season, because a lot of people think that they have a monopoly on God. But how many people understand that God came to save all of us, but we have to choose him? And in this whole story of Rahab, we're dealing with a young lady who made a conscious decision after hearing the story. Watch this. She did not see anything. She just heard about what God did before she had her encounter with these spies. And watch this. She made a conscious decision that your God is God, and I want that God to save me. She had enough faith. Watch this. She had enough faith to believe in a God she didn't see. She had enough faith to believe in a God that she didn't see. But watch this. She also had enough faith to know that that same God could save her. Now, it's amazing how, and today I really want to shine light on her house and her profession, because there's a lot of people who've messed up so bad that they feel they don't qualify for God to save. And this is one of the messages that I really want you to grab hold to, because it's important to understand that no matter how bad you think you've messed up, that your sin is not so far from God to where he can't come down and save you. He can reach down, what the old song say, if you have to reach way down, Jesus can pick you up. It doesn't matter how low you get, we serve a God that can save you. We're going to be looking at Joshua chapter 2. We're still in Joshua chapter 2. And today I want to start around about verse 19. Joshua chapter 2, verse 19. Just for the sake of time, I'm going to read it in your hearing. And it says, "And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house into the streets." I'm sorry. Let's bag up a little bit. Let's go to 14. Okay? Let's look at 14, because this is right after Rahab has made her request. Rahab has made her request and asked them, "If you would, save my father's house." If you look at it in verse 13, "Save alive my father, my mother, and my brethren, my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death." She's taken a favor that now God owes her and used that favor to try to save her house. And look at how the men respond. Verse 14, and it says, "And the men answered her, Our lives for yours, if ye utter not this our business. And it shall be, when the Lord had given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee." Verse 15, "Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall." Remember, I told you her house was in the wall. That's one of the biggest things that we're going to be looking at on today. is her house, okay? Verse 16, and she said unto them, get you into the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there for 3 days until the pursuers have returned, and afterward may ye go your way. Now watch this. And the men said unto her, we will be blameless of this thine oath, which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into this land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window, which didst thou let us down by. And thou shalt bring your father, thy mother, and thy brethren, and all thy father's household home unto thee. Now, look, she let them down by a scarlet rope. Now, that's important because if you remember, during the time of when the Israelites were in Egypt, and Pharaoh pronounced death over all of the firstborn of the Israelites, and the death angel was the last plague that God sent over Egypt. And he told them, go and take the blood of a lamb, watch this, and put it over the doorpost this way and that way, which symbolizes the cross. And when the death angel comes, it's going to pass over wherever he sees the blood. Wherever the death angel sees the blood, he's going to pass over that house. That's how they came up with the Jewish celebration, the Passover. They remember when the death angel passed over the house that had the blood covering the doorpost, right? Well, this time, and it's the same scenario, it's a representation of the cross. Watch this, the scarlet or the red rope that was able to save the spies. Remember that she let the spies down by that you just read in the scripture. She says, now do me a favor, when we come to take the land, put this same red scarlet rope and hang it out of the window so we'll know which house not to destroy. Now, the scarlet hanging from the window, now and during Passover it was the blood over the doorpost. Now it's the red or the scarlet rope hanging from the window. Watch this. Then we're going to pass over this house. Watch this. And everything and everybody that's inside of the house can be saved. This is extremely important. I want you to see this because watch this. The rope was used to lower the men down so that they can be saved from the people that want to pursue after and kill them, right? But they said, use this same rope so we can recognize it when we get ready to come in. But remember, I told you that when they came in, when they marched around the wall on that last day, then they shouted and the walls fell flat so that they can go into the city and take the city. But notice, because of a commitment of a harlot woman to have faith in a God she knew nothing about, when the wall fell flat, watch this, God not only saved her family, but it saved her house. And watch this, as they came in to take the city, when they came in to take the city, the only house that was spared or that would be spared is whatever house had the scarlet rope hanging from it. You got to get this. Watch this. And in verse 19 it says, and it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of the house into the streets, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. So in other words, the only place to be saved is in the prostitute's house. Isn't this amazing how just a few days prior, her house was the den of sin? Isn't it amazing that her house was the house of fornication, the house of adultery, the house of lust, the house of, whatever sexual sin or whatever that there was during that time that the harlots would satisfy? Just a few days before her calling on God, it was a den for sin. But watch this. Once she's had enough faith and believed in God, now watch this, the house that was saved when the wall fell down and the house that had the scarlet rope hanging from the window, watch this, was the only house that you could be saved in. Oh, that's amazing to me. Because now what's happening is God not only saved them, but he saved the house that they were in. Now look at this. It says, if anybody goes out of the house, then their own blood shall be upon his head, and we're going to be guiltless. Watch this. And whosoever shall be with thee watch this, whosoever shall be with thee, I'm going to say it one more time, and whosoever shall be with thee in the house. Notice right now, it's a prostitute. It's a harlot woman. Watch this. The only way you can be saved is you have to be in the house with her. That's amazing to me, because now what that says to me, if we fast forward to this season, watch this, there's too many people that have thrown people away because of how they live. There's too many people who've been very judgmental of folk, and you got to understand that while you were being judgmental, God was saving some people. The people that you were throwing away, now God is raising up to use to draw some more folk. Be careful who you throw away, because whoever you throw away just might be the person that's going to be able to save you. Now, I'm so sorry, but that's all the time we have to share on today. Listen, thank you again for joining us. Thank you again for joining us. And look, we want to hear from you. If these broadcasts have been a blessing unto you, shoot us an email at Tucker's Temple Church, tuckerstemplechurch@gmail.com. It's Tucker's Temple Church @gmail.com. Or if you just even want to send a prayer request, we'd love to pray with you. And if you want to also plant seed into this ministry, you can send a seed offering by way of Cash App at $ Tucker's Temple Cogic. Again, that's $ Tucker's Temple Cogic. Look, I love coming to meet with you every single week. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you.